What's up, y'all? It's your boy Raid, back with a video. Everybody been asking me to do one. It's Shawn Porter at top 10 welterweight, and to break down his biggest fight. So I'm about to do that right now. First big fight is when he became champion, when he defeated Devin Alexander. I believe Shawn Porter deserved that victory. He did enough to beat the champ. I scored it 115-113 for Porter, but it was a clear 7-5 win for me for Porter. So he deserved to beat the champ that day. Good game plan. Defeated Devin Alexander. Next up was against Paulie Malignaggi. He stopped Paulie Malignaggi. I believe he was going to stop him. I just didn't think it would be within the first 5 rounds. He stopped Paulie, I believe, in round 4. Good one right there. He went up against Kell Brook. This one I figured out that Porter was not making no adjustments. I didn't see him make any adjustments versus Kell Brook. He couldn't get out of the way of the 1-2. 1-2, Kell Brook landed the 1-2 all night. Kell Brook clearly beat him. And every time Porter would get on the inside, Kell Brook would just tie him up. Solid win right there for Kell Brook. And that's when I noticed Porter doesn't make adjustments. So after that, I believe he won a couple fights. He went up against AB, Adrian Broner. That was a close fight to me. I think Porter won that 7-5. AB even knocked him down though in the last round, and I think AB got a point taken for holding also. So they both lost a point, you might as well say, because AB knocked Porter down. So I think I scored it 114-112 for Porter. One of the judges scored it that way too. So yeah, he beat AB. You know what I'm saying? He beat Broner. Next was he won a couple more fights. He beat Berto. He fought Berto. Super dirty. He had butted Berto all night, but he got the win though. He did he got the win. He did it. You know what I'm saying? He got the job done against Berto. So it was on to the next one. To me, in my opinion, I had the Ugas fight a tie. Scored that one a draw. Yeah, him versus Ugas, very close fight. To me, he looked confused in certain rounds, Porter. Ugas had him confused. That was a draw, in my opinion. Danny Garcia, I scored that 8 rounds to 4 or 7 rounds to 5. I just had Danny Garcia clearly winning. He landed the more effective punches to me. Porter was smothering his own work for most of that fight. Had good foot movement here and there, but to me, Danny Garcia landed the cleaner punches in that fight. I scored it for Danny Garcia clearly. That's my opinion on that one. The Keith Thurman fight. All right now. The Keith Thurman fight. Talk about another loss. Keith Thurman fight, which was before the last one I named. He lost to Keith Thurman. That was a close scrap to me. Good fight. I had Keith winning 7-5. The fight could have went either way. So I wouldn't argue if anybody had Porter winning that. I had Thurman winning 7-5. So that was a solid fight right there. And the Errol Spence fight, I had Errol Spence clearly beating Porter. One judge had Porter winning. I think he must have been on cocaine or something. I don't know how anybody could have scored that for Porter. Errol Spence clearly outclassed him. It was a good scrap, but Errol Spence more the effective punches landed by Errol Spence throughout the whole fight. Porter was smothering his work. The adjustment that I seen Porter make in recent fights, including that one though, was he pivots. He pivots way better. Pivots off the ropes. That's a good adjustment I seen Porter making in recent fights. But so as far as me breaking him down his career, his biggest wins are against fighters that moved up in weight from a lower weight classes. Devin Alexander, Malignaggi, Adrian Broner, fights like that. Fighters that moved up in weight. And Porter, if people don't know, he fought at middleweight as an amateur, and he started his career at 154. I don't know if people know that. So he is a big welterweight. So I don't know if anybody tried to argue about his size or saying something about size or whatever. Porter is a big welterweight. And his fights against top natural welterweights, he's came up short. So is he a top 10 welterweight? Yeah, but when he fights against top welterweights, that's natural welterweights, he comes up short though. So that's my assessment about him as a fighter and his career's biggest fights. Comedy videos coming soon also, and more music videos, so stay tuned, y'all. Young Ray.